Having an ally in the most unexpected places really changes the situation for the better. In Adversaries, standing shoulder to shoulder with your ally, you can conquer anything. The same thing happened with Conan the Barbarian. He returned to his village hoping to reunite with his beloved Belit, but he did not find her in their dwelling. While finding answers, not only does he get captured, but he is also thrown into a dungeon where he meets Zula, a fearless and fierce warrior with exceptional combat skills. From then on, Zula will be on Conan's side as they take on adventures, which forges a deep bond of friendship and loyalty. Today, we meet Zula and explore in detail his origin, so make sure you watch till the end. Fair warning, spoiler ahead. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Zula? Zula is the son of a chieftain of the Zamoulas, a tribal nation located in the south of Darfur. He is of royal blood, but he was enslaved because of an incident that ensued in his village. It was during the traditional ceremony of manhood, followed by all men of their tribe when they reached a certain age in their village. On the joyous festive occasion, the Kushite tribe attacked the Zamoulas, violating the peace treaty between them. Every man in the Zamoula territory was killed, and the rest of the women and children were taken in as hostages as Stygians, paid a high price for enslaved people. Zula saw the death of his father right in front of his eyes. He was angry and wanted to avenge his right then and there, but in the battle of reasoning, he decided it was important that his tribe's legacy survive. Zula removes his decorative ornaments and places them on a dead warrior. He disguises himself as a commoner, which spares him from death. He is taken to Kushite village as an enslaved person, and there, the war chief keeps him as his personal slave. Unbeknownst to them, Zula is the last male survivor of his tribe. However, after some time, Zula is sold off to a Stygian, who brings him to Kashata, and from there he is sold off to Kimi merchant Sheb At, who brings Zula to Herat, where he meets Conan. The presence of Zula in various Marvel comics. Zula has made his appearance in over 50 issues. His character was created by Roy Thomas, John Buscema, and Ernie Chan. Here are some of his notable appearances in the comic series. Issue 84, Conan the Barbarian. 2 against the Hawk City. His first appearance was in Conan the Barbarian. 2 against the Hawk City, issue 84. When Conan returns from a long journey to Herat, he gets captured by the king's soldier. He is thrown in a dungeon along with Zula, who is also kept as a captive. Zula offers to free him if he joins him in his revenge mission of Kashata. When Conan agrees, they melt their chains, trick the guards, and steal their swords. Together, Conan and Zula escape on the backs of 2 giant hawks. Issue 85, Conan the Barbarian, Swords against Stygian. Conan and Zula share their past histories as they continue their flight atop the giant hawks. Conan wants to help Zula, as promised, when they land, but his first priority is his beloved Belit's revenge against those who had displaced her father. This change of decision angers Zula, which leads to a scuffle between them. Not deciding to kill each other, Zula chooses to call a truce and keep his revenge on hold. He follows Conan to Luxor, the capital of Stygia, marking the beginning of a new expedition. They continue their journey on foot, as their hawks have died of the long journey's exhaustion. Issue 244, Conan the Barbarian, Fiends of the Flaming Volcano. In this issue, we see that Zula had parted ways from Conan and Belit when he roamed the Hyborian lands for the next few years. His travels help him learn about things that transpire around various regions. In need of some work after so many travels, Zula headed for Karaja, but he was stopped by a small army of Kothians who served Captain Drickus. Zula did not fight when the Kothians captured him, so they decided not to kill him. Instead, they kept him in a prison in a volcano. Even though Zula discovered a tunnel under a boulder, he was still deciding if he should follow. In the cell, after some time, he reunites with Conan, who introduces another ally, Red Sonja, who Drickus' soldiers have also captured. After tricking the guards with Zula's enchanting power, which made a dead corpse look exactly like Zula, the trio took their torch and swords and entered the tunnel. Just as they reach the end of the tunnel, a swarm of afterlife, akin to bats, capture them and bring them to their master, the First Lord of Vampires, Varney. The story unfolds in the next issue. Issue 245, Conan the Barbarian, Empire of the Undead. The Afterlings captured the trio, who deposited them into a pit and held them there until Almaric, aka Maltham's forces, come to attack Varney. They plan to gather all these people in the pit for the Grand Blood Sacrifice, which would turn the Afterlings into actual vampires. The trio escaped, by making a makeshift rope out of all the bones and leather strips, all they could find in the pit. They attached a dagger at the end of the rope to hook into a stone and pull themselves up. Almaric's forces, along with Conan, Zula, and Red Sonja, attacked the Afterling, and during the fight, Darkhold scrolls fell from a satchel and ended up in Zula's hand. Things were not working in favor of Conan and Sonja, but they continued battling with Varney. Ultimately, Zula found a spell to destroy vampires in the Darkhold. Not wanting to die, Varney escapes from the magical spell. The spell works its magic and liberates the Afterlings from Varney's control, and they bite the dust and finally get some peace. Maltham is impressed by the trio and makes Conan the captain of his forces. He enrolls Sonja and Zula into his army since the trio saved him and his troops from getting slaughtered. At the end of the Conan the Barbarian series, Red Sonja and Zula part ways with Conan, and a separate journey begins for them. Conan in one direction, and Red Sonja, along with Zula, in another direction, which features in The Savage Sword of Conan, published in 1974. Issue 194, The Savage Sword of Conan, Road to Zamoula. In this new series, Zula and Sonja are seen traveling through the Karamun Desert and heading towards Zamoula. The heat makes Sonja grumpy, so when Zula jokes about her starting a family in a cooler region like Icrania, Sonja thrusts her sword in front of his neck. She did not harm him and put the sword down after some time when she is calm and composed. Zula did not get offended, and as they continued their voyage, he went back to studying the Darkhold scroll, which he retrieved from Unyathka. After a long day of travel, they rest until they are ambushed by the Cahul and his band of nomads. They captured Sonja and Zula with the intention of selling them off in the slave market of Stygia, but Cahul has other intentions with Sonja. And just in time, the duo breaks free and slaughters their captor, leaving none to see the next day's light. They free an enslaved girl named Zabibi, and together they travel to Zamoula, while Cahul is chained up in the desert with water and keys, just a few inches beyond his reach. Issue 195, The Savage Sword of Conan, Swordless, in Zamoula. Sonja, Zula, and Zabibi arrive at Zamoula, and their first stop at the market is to purchase arms and a place to stay. But Zula and Sonja get separated and are held captive by Teachumseek, whose symbolic runes have predicted the arrival of Darkhold, which he has been looking for. The Darkhold is found in Zula's bag, and Teachumseek orders his troops to kill Zula and Sonja. The duo fight off their attackers and severely injure them. Zula rips the Darkhold scroll from Teachumseek and chants a spell that transports Sonja and him to safety just before getting attacked again. As soon as they return to the marketplace from where they were captured, the scroll disappears from Zula's hand. Meanwhile, Zabibi, who wished to dance for Jungir Khan, the satrap of Zamoula, successfully seduces him. Jungir makes her his woman, and Zabibi changes her name to Nefertari and thanks Zula and Sonja for helping her. After this, the duo leaves the city and starts a new adventure. Zula in Conan the Destroyer. The movie Conan the Destroyer was released in 1984, directed by Richard Fleischer. The film brings Conan the Barbarian's new adventure to the big screen, where he is on a quest to restore the jeweled horn of Dagon, the dreaming god. On the way, they encounter Zula, who is getting tortured by vindictive villagers. Saved by Conan, Zula expresses her gratitude by joining their journey and fighting alongside them in troublesome situations, as she is a powerful warrior. After the quest is complete, Zula is appointed as the new captain of the guard, and Shadazar, the character of Conan, is played by actor Arnold Schwarzenegger, and singer Grace Jones portrays the character of Zula. In comics, the character of Zula is male, but in movies, it is depicted by a female, which has a powerful impact on the audience. The film garnered mixed reviews, but did well internationally. A subsequent sequel was also planned, but has yet to be made to the cinemas.
Master of Beasts.
Depiction of Zula in Conan the Adventurer animated series. Conan the Adventurer was a popular animated TV series inspired by the Marvel comic character Conan the Barbarian, created in the 1930s by Robert E. Howard. Jetlag Production produced the series in association with Sunbow Production. The animated series aired in 1992 and ran a total of 65 episodes. The show concluded in 1993, and throughout the series, it had one sole editor, Christy Marks. Arthur Berghart voiced Zula's character. Here, Zula's character is the Prince of the Wasai, and the first ally Conan makes in the show. Conan is apprehended and taken as a slave, along with Zula and other captives. Conan and Zula start a rebellion where they are enslaved and free other slaves. After the uprising, Zula makes Conan his blood brother, which is the beginning of a new friendship. In the series, it is later revealed that Zula's cousin, Gora, betrayed him. Gora set the perfect trap, which Zula followed innocently. which got him captured by Wrath Amon. Gora tricked him because he wanted Zula's throne, as he was the next in the line of succession. In the end, Gora is found and apprehended. The series also depicted Zula as the master of the Jabul Sog sign, allowing him to communicate with beasts. They would aid him in times of need if he could convince them. What does Zula look like, and what are his abilities? In the Marvel Comics, Zula is depicted as a tall, muscular man with Amazonian features. He has dark skin and a mohawk hairstyle, and is always seen wearing a loincloth, most probably made out of tiger skin, a necklace, and a red armlet on his left hand. Zula is a very sharp, intelligent character with exceptional strength and a skilled warrior. He is powerful enough to hold opponents independently without Conan's help. Zula also has magical abilities, often called the sorcerer, and these magical abilities increase as he grows older. He has the potential to enchant others just through contact and is immune to his hypnotic powers. Through his mesmerization power, he can conjure and transform objects, sometimes even living beings. Zula can hide or disguise his appearance through hypnosis. As he aged, Zula was able to subdue a man, sometimes even Conan, for a few seconds just by touch or slight pinch. He can attack his adversaries by firing magical blasts, or blasts of pure light, but those attacks would rapidly deplete his magical stores. He can imprint a black hand on the target's body. Zula is well versed in early forms of science and technology, which some people believe to be magic, as they don't understand science. He is a beast with a sword. When he came across the Chthon scroll, which were later bound together into the Darkhold, or the Shiatra Book of the Damned, also known as the Book of Sin. This book is the source of all kinds of evil spells that can take down vampires, banish demons, and perform teleportation. The Darkhold increased his ability to cast spells and magic. Marvelous verdict. Zula, the brave and loyal warrior, has proved to be a valuable ally to Conan and even Red Sonja in their adventures together. With his exceptional fighting skills and intelligence, he has stood beside his friends through thick and thin. Their partnership, although initiated in the heat of battle, has evolved more by sharing their past, and their mutual respect for each other has grown as they overcame new challenges. Zula might look like a silent, brooding kind, but he is always helping others in need. Zula proves that we should never judge a book by its cover and learn to be courageous and faithful to the ones we call friends. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.